Woo-hoo! How about them Cowboys, baby? They was out, down 21-0 to the Eagles. And what happened? You saw my Cowboys. You saw my boy Dak Prescott. You saw my boy George Pickens. You saw the defense. You saw Quinn Williams make an impact. We are them boys. How about them Cowboys? They counted us out. But then we fixed our defense. We went out there and got one of the best D tackles in the game at Quinn Williams. Then we went out there and got Logan Wilson, a linebacker. Then we got Overshown, one of our best linebackers, back. Yes, the Cowboys. We are back. America's team is back, baby. And here we are. And we beat our rivals, the Philadelphia Eagles, man. They thought they had us 21-0. They thought Jalen Hurts was going to beat us. We said, no, not in our house. We came back and won down 21-0. One of our biggest comebacks in our franchise history. Shout out to the Cowboys, man. But let's talk about the game. Let's talk about how George Pickens is a true number one wide receiver right now for my Cowboys. George Pickens is the number one. CeeDee Lamb, you are number two. You had a mid-game. But George Pickens, boy, did that brother show out. Did George Pickens show out? That brother last night. Hold on, let me go get the stats to give y'all the exact stats versus the Eagles. They thought we was out. Excuse me. We had to show them that who was boss, who was the real team. We had to let them know we Ricky Rose in the building. You feel me? My man, George Pickens in this game. Hold on. Let me get the exact stats. George Pickens, true number one. Yeah. Shout out to the Steelers, man, for just giving away George Pickens for a little bit of none. George Pickens had... No, that's not it. That's the wrong game. George Pickens is him. He's a bona fide number one in this league. Shout out to the Steelers for letting him go for nothing. But yeah, shout out to them Cowboys, man. The Cowboys is them. We here. I think the Cowboys are going to make the playoffs. Now my computer wants to start glitching. Now I can't type nothing. Okay. Shout out to my computer for act like it doesn't know what it wants to do today. Now I can't do what I need to do because my computer wants to act up. Oh, gotta love technology, don't y'all? Can't type nothing. Cowboys, man, the game wasn't looking too good. You know, things were happening. The Eagles had problems on offense. The Eagles might be overrated. I don't know if they're the best team in the NFC or close to one of the best teams. I don't understand how they barely let Saquon run the ball and thought that we just gonna let that slide. And then we have a short week because we turned around and got to play on Thursday Night Football, got the Thanksgiving game versus Chiefs. And I think we're going to beat the Chiefs, man. 21-24. How you down 21-0, no score? That defense was lights out and shut down, man. Saquon only having 10 carries for 22 yards is very scary. I don't understand how that works. George Pickens, a $146, 1 touchdown, 9 receptions, 9 targets. Longest was 43 yards, 29 yards. CeeDee Lamb had 4 for 75. If I'm the Cowboys, I'm throwing the bag at CeeDee Lamb. We need to throw the bag at CeeDee Lamb. Because CeeDee Lamb, we need to throw the bag out at him. You understand what I'm saying? Shout out to CeeDee Lamb. He's good. But you got a true number one wide receiver now that just took your spot. George Pickens has essentially taken your spot. The fact that this team did allowed us to come back 21-0 is insane. That's like some nasty work right there. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. Be down 21-0 and you let us come back. Nasty work. Nasty work. You were basically getting shut out, and then we came alive as the game went on. Before halftime. Yeah. Shout out to the Cowboys, man. They did what they needed to do, how they needed to do it. The first half, the Cowboys didn't look too good. By the way, these Eagles had a 85% chance of winning. They had an 85% chance of winning. Cowboys were getting shut out. We were getting shut out the majority of the game. And then Dak Prescott said, you know what? I got y'all. I'm put y'all on my back. You understand what I'm saying? Dak showed out. He did what he needed to do. Did everything right. CeeDee Lamb played good. The defense was able to stop. The Eagles are frauds. I'm gonna say what everybody's scared to say, won't say. The Eagles are frauds, man. Because they had no business losing this game ultimately to the Cowboys. They had no excuse at all to lose this game. They should have won this game. This game, they should have won. When you're up and dominating a team like you were, like the Cowboys' highest percentage to win this game. So at half, the score is 21-0 at half. Halftime, 21-0. We're getting shut out. This game should be over. Dallas should really have lost this game, to be completely honest. But some way, somehow, Dak starts dipping in diamond, man. I mean, see, George Pickens got a TD. Dak got a TD. Who else scored a TD? So beginning of fourth quarter, right? The score is 21-14. According to the percentage to win, the Eagles had an 86% chance to win this game. Dallas only had a 14% chance to win this game. So then it dropped. In that fourth quarter, 4th and 13. 4th and 13. I mean, this game was over. This game was over before it started. They should have won. But yeah, shout out to the Cowboys, man. Shout out to the Cowboys. We them boys. But back to other football and other things. This was a good game to watch. If you look at the drives from the fourth quarter, was very interesting. Dak converted. Excuse me. Dak converted. He had a big play, which ultimately led up to the field goal, which ultimately let the Cowboys win this game. The Eagles have to be better. Sloppy football. They don't know how to finish games, which is crazy, nasty work. They don't know how to finish games. But enough of that game. Let's get on to other games because we got to talk about them frauds known as one of the biggest frauds in the NFC. Not in the NFC, I'm sorry. In the AFC, known as the Buffalo Bills. They lost a game that was very winnable. Where is the game at? To the Texans. That game was very winnable. Josh Allen was mid. Mucho Galente Basur. He threw the game, basically. Buffalo is frauds. Like I've been telling y'all since the season started. I said, don't believe in Buffalo. Buffalo ain't it. Josh Allen played horrible. I don't care what the stats say. They said threw for 253 yards, 70-yard completion percentage. He had 2 interceptions and no touchdowns. That's not good. James Cook ran all over them, 17 attempts for 116 yards and a touchdown. Khalil Shakur had 8 receptions for 110. The Texans might have the two best edge rushers in all of football. They might have the 2 best edge rushers in all of football. When you have Darnell Hunter on one end, then you got to worry about Will Anderson on the other end. I don't know how do you stop that. I mean, they were getting pressure on Josh Allen game after game, play after play. He couldn't go left, he couldn't go right. The pocket was constantly collapsing for him. He just couldn't get his act together at all. That defense, I believe Josh Allen hasn't won in that Houston Texans for a while now. I don't remember exactly, but it's been a minute since he's won. I have to look up exactly when he's won. But this defense, they might have the best edge rushers in football. Because Darnell Hunter, you got to worry about him on one end. Then you got to worry about Will Anderson on the other end. Then they move around on the line, so that throws you off anymore. And Will Anderson is relentless. He's like a dog with a bone. He's like a bull when he sees red. He's going to get to that quarterback. He doesn't quit. He has a high motor. He's going to get that quarterback one way or another. He's like, whew. To lose to David Mills is nasty work. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. Allowing David Mills to throw for 2 touchdowns, 153 yards, that's nasty work, bro. Excuse me. He was picking that defense apart. He didn't have Nico Collins got 3 receptions, off of 3 targets, 55 yards. Christian Kirk was getting the ball. Jalen Higgins was getting the ball. He overthrown Schultz multiple times in the game. He overthrown Jalen Higgins. He was overthrowing some of his receivers, Dave Mills, but he's a backup quarterback. What do you expect? And boy, that AFC South is getting hot, hot, hot. Houston can potentially. I don't know if they're going to take Indiana at 8-3, but anything can happen. But Houston, that's a team you don't want to play. That defense is a very stout defense. Statistically, the best defense in all of football. When you have elite pass rushers, that makes everybody else's job easier. When you have to worry about Darnell Hunter on one end, worry about Will Anderson on the other end, what are you going to do? You can't double team both of them. And because that pass rush generates so much pressure, that makes the linebacker's job easier. It makes the secondary job easier because now they can cover their assignments easier because of that pass rush. Now the quarterback is running out the pocket. He's going to make inaccurate throws, as you saw with Josh Allen. He's going to be scared to throw the ball, scared to run the ball, not going to know which way to go. It just disrupts everything, throws everything off. So your best bet to beat this pass rush is quick passes, running slants, curl routes, just quick. You just try and get the ball out your quarterback's hands as quick as you can. Don't let that pass rush settle. You want to be able to run the ball too. Statistically, they're one of the best passing defenses in the league. Now, their run defense is not so good to be desired, but it's serviceable. But, yeah, that Texans on a roll too. I hate that. These Texans on a mission to make the playoffs. Their team play with a chip on their shoulder. And I think the offense is functioning better with David Mills and the CJ Stroud. I don't know why. CJ Stroud is clearly the better player, but for some reason, David Mills is performing better against that crappy O-line. The O-line is not good. Then we had the Jets and the Ravens. Let me bring this up so y'all can see what I'm looking at. Add this to the screen. You had the Jets and the Ravens 10-23. I mean, yeah. The Jets are mucho caliente basura. Ain't much to say there. If you play fantasy, if you haven't picked already, I will pick up Jonathan Michi. He had 6 receptions, 65 yards, and a touchdown off of 7 targets. Donnie Mitchell, 2 for 42. Their number one wide receiver did not play. He was hurt. So that means Jonathan Michi moved up to the number 1 spot. Excuse me. The Jets are mid. I mean, we all know they traded away their whole defense. What do you expect them to do? They traded away their 2 best players on, you can argue, on both sides of the ball. Steelers and Bears, this was a good game. Ultimately, Caleb Williams got the job done. He did what needed to be done. Mason Rudolph played better than I expect him to. But, man, 239 yards, 3 touchdowns. Against that defense, DJ Moore had 2 touchdowns. Loveland had a touchdown. On Dunes, however you say that brother's name is, he had 53 off of 3 receptions. I mean, Caleb Williams and the Bears is on fire, even though I don't think this team is that good. They have one of the worst point differentials in the league. Patriots edge out the Bengals. It was sloppy football by the Patriots. Drake May took him a while to get his things in order. He did not look good in that first half. The Patriots, they need a lot of things. When you're at the goal line getting stopped, all 3 plays, you're at the 1-yard line, that's bad. For you not to be able to get the ball in, that's bad. They need a pass rush desperately. The Patriots need a pass rush. The O-line still needs to get fixed up. Unfortunately, Will Campbell goes down. He's probably going to be out for the rest of the season. He probably, hopefully, come back playoffs. That's a big blow to the team. That's your left tackle that protects Drake May blindside. One of your best linemen. Potentially, he looks like he's on track to be one of the best linemen in all of football. And then injury. But yeah, the Patriots barely edge out the Bengals. The Lions were in a dogfight with the Giants for that first half. First 3 quarters, they're in a dogfight with them. Then the 4th quarter came and Jameis Winston thing. He turned over the ball, taking sacks. He just did not look good. That 4th quarter, last stretch, well, under 5 minutes ago, it did not go the Giants' way. Vikings, Packers, JJ McCarthy is mucho galante basura. Now, we all know Just Jefferson has played with some bad quarterbacks. But playing with JJ McCarthy, somehow he makes Justin Jefferson look like one of the worst wide receivers in football. JJ McCarthy is not NFL ready at all. He struggles to read NFL defenses. He struggles to see where the blitz is coming. He has bad anticipation. Looks like he got 2 left feet. Doesn't keep his eyes down the field. He just looks abysmal. He does not look good at all. If you're the Vikings, I don't know what you do with McCarthy. Because you invested so high on this, basically a project of a quarterback. When he was in Michigan with Harbaugh, they did not throw the ball a lot. And I think that hindered his development a lot. I think he needed to sit on the bench and develop that way. He needed to take the Jordan Love route, the way that the Packers develop quarterbacks. You make them sit on the bench, and when they're ready, you start them. He looks abysmal. He looks bad. I don't think he should play for the rest of the year, but you have no choice but to play him. He's a high quarterback. You draft a lot of capital in him. Hopefully, he'll be better his second season, but he does not look good this season. This is not a good season. Colts, Chiefs. Of course, the Colts were controlling this game. Then Patrick Mahomes came live in the fourth quarter like he usually does and beat them in overtime. Seattle's Titans, JSN, Jackson Smith, and Jigba is the best wide receiver all in football this season. He's clearly the best receiver in football. It's not close. It's not a conversation. The man in every game, I believe he has gone over 100 yards. He's on pace to be the first 2,000-yard wide receiver. Like, this man just can't be guarded. He can't be stopped. He's constantly dropping. This is normal for him. Over 100 yards is normal for him at this point. I don't know how many yards he's averaging this season, but the brother can't be guarded, obviously. Okay, my computer's tripping. Yeah, the brother can't be guarded, obviously. He is averaging, let's see. Let's look at stats real quick. And he also broke the most receiving yards in franchise history for Seattle Seahawks. So he broke DK Metcalf's record. JSN has the most yards in football with 1,300 yards, 1,313. He has 7 TDs. He has 21 catches of 20-plus yards, 8 catches of 40-plus yards. 63 is his longest, 57 first down. This man is not. Is JSN human? Does anybody know if he's human or not? Like, these are crazy numbers he's putting up this season. Ohio State is wide receiver U, and I don't think it's close right now. For him to average what he's averaging. So out of the 12 games he played, only 1, 2, 3. Only 3 games he has under 100 yards. Week 10 versus Cardinals, he had 93. Week 4 versus the Cardinals, he had 79. And versus the Saints, he had 96. This game is his most receptions that he had in a most yards he had in a game this season. Last week versus the Rams, he had the most receptions he had this season with 9. This man is just unguardable. He's averaging 20.9 per catch. Oh no, that was versus the Titans. This season he is averaging 16.4 per catch. This is the most touchdowns he had this season. This is the 63 yards is the longest he had this season. It's the most yards he had this season. And we're only 11 games in. Well, 12 games in. Yeah, Jason is the best in football. Shout out to the 5 people that's in live right now. Jason is the best wide receiver all in football. It's not close. He's on pace to have a 2,000-yard season, which would be the first in NFL history. Shout out to Shador Sanders for being the first quarterback in history quarterback in Browns history to score a touchdown. Shout out to him, man. Shout out to 7 people live right now. Shout out to Shador for being the best in all of football. Falcons Saints. The Falcons edge out the Saints, which is not surprising. Sunday night game, we had the Rams and Bucks. Rams completely dominated that game. And then we had Monday Night Football with the Panthers and Niners, which is a very boring game. Battle of the QBs. They both was playing. They both were mid. Bryce Young is mucho caliente basura. They need to move on from him. The Panthers, I don't know what's the point in keeping him. Mm-mm-mm-mm. Let's go look at week 13 and my predictions. We got a battle in the what is that? The NFC North between the Packers and Lions. I'm gonna take the Packers in that game. Chiefs Cowboys. I'm taking. Oh, we them boys. I'm taking them gladly. Bengals Ravens. Taking the Ravens. And we got 3 games of 3. Yeah. Then on Friday we got the Bears and the Eagles. That's gonna be a good game. I'm taking the Eagles on that one. Then Sunday we got Rams and Panthers. I am taking the Rams. 49ers and Browns. I'm gonna take the upset. I'm gonna take the Browns in that one. 49ers are very banged up on defensively. Yeah, give me no. Texans Colt division game. Give me the Colts. That's the AFC South. Yeah. I'm taking the Colts. Saints, Dolphins. Give me the Dolphins. Falcons, Jets. Give me the Falcons. Cardinals, Bucks. Give me the Bucks. Jaguars, Titans. Division game. Give me the Jags. Then Sunday, November 30th. Give me the Seahawks. Raiders, Chargers. Another division game. Give me the Chargers, obviously. Bills, Steelers. Give me the Steelers. And then for the night game, we had the Broncos and Commanders. Give me the Broncos, obviously, and then the Giants and the Patriots. Give me my Pats. Yeah, I already know the vibe. Shout out to the 7 people that's in the live right now. Let's see. Now we're gonna shift gears to a little WNBA talk. As we know, the draft lottery happened. Let me share screen. Shout out to the Dallas Wings for getting the number 1 overall pick again. So they're getting back-to-back number 1 overall picks. We got the Lynx number 2. I can't believe this guy really traded away that pick. They could have had Sonia Citron. I don't understand the things. So the Lynx get the number 2 pick. Storm get the 3 from the Drew Lloyd trade. And from the draft lottery, obviously. The Lynx pick obviously was a Sky pick, but they traded. Then we had the Mystics at 4, Sky at 5, Tempo and Fire. They're gonna flip a coin for the 6th, 7th spade. The Valkyries had the 8th pick. The Mystics had the 9th. Fever have the 10th. Mystics have the 11th. Suns have the 12th. Dream had 13th. Storm have the 14th, and the Sun have the 15th. The Mystics having 3 lottery picks. They got the number 4, number 9, and number 11. They drafted Sonia Citron and Kiki Irefin, who are looking like very talented players. They look like they could be all all pros, all WNBA caliber players, very good players. Uh, and now they're adding 3 more lottery picks to that. So they could potentially draft somebody at 4, then package up the 9th and 11th and trade for future assets in the next season. The Lynx potentially, with their situation, they're probably going to trade down from there, from that number 2 spot, because they really don't. They already have a championship caliber team. If you bring a rookie, you don't have time to really develop the rookie like you want to, because you're in championship. You're competing for a championship. You're one of the best teams. You just made it to the finals. I mean, you almost made it to the finals. You were a game away. You were a game away basically. Your star player gets hurt. Yes. And look, where his salary cap is looking like. They're probably going to trade down from that number 2 pick. It's a lot of teams that, if I'm the Sky, I might call Linux, see what they want for that number 2 pick. I might try to move up, because the Sky got a lot of problems on that roster. They probably move down. The Storm in a good position. Their star players are getting older. They drafted Dominique Minoga last season. So you got Skylar Diggins, who's getting older. Then you also have what's that? They're big. I can't think of their big right now. Why is her name? Why am I drawing a blank on their big? Not well. They have Ezzy too. Seattle. I don't. Why am I blanking on this WNBA's player name right now? You also got Gabby Williams. Oh, Aneke Okay, I'm not gonna even try. You got Nikki. She's getting older. She's your best player. Skylar Diggins getting older. You have Gabby Williams. You got Ezzy, Lexi. You drafted Dominique Malonga. You traded for Brittany Sykes. You got Tiffany Mitchell, Lou Samuels. This is a very older team. Most of this team is full of vets. So when you have a team full of vets, we have a team full of vets. It's time for you to move on. Dominique Malonga, that's probably gonna be your star player. You fire your head coach, you're getting a new head coach. They're gonna run their system, whatever system they run. That's up to you whether you want to run it or not. You get a whole new system. I like this spot at number 3. There's a lot of quality picks, especially at number 3. You can do a lot of things at number 3. The Sky need everything. I don't know what they don't need. This organization doesn't know what it's doing. In some way, somehow, they're gonna mess up this number 5 pick. I already know it. I already feel it. Chicago sports don't know what they're doing. The Bulls are starting to get it together. The Bears starting to get it together. Maybe the Sky can get it together. I don't know. But yeah. Me personally, if I'm the Wings and I'm on the clock, I'm a big believer of, you just got Paige Beckers, right? You got Paige Beckers. Excuse me. You got Paige Beckers. Who else is on your team? You got Paige. Enrique needs to be traded. You need to trade her. I don't care. Nobody says she needs to be traded expeditiously. Let me see who's on this roster. This roster they have, I'm not the biggest fan of. JJ Corley, I think she had a good rookie year. She showed that she could be a great defender. Isaiah James, she would look like a great guard. Louisa Louise, I don't know how to say her last name. I ain't gonna try to say it. She's a rookie. She looked like she was gonna be a good big for the Wings. Maddie Seacrest looked like she took a big jump from her first year to her rookie year to her second year in the league. Lee Rule, she looked serviceable. This team is just outside of Paige. I don't know what you do with this roster. I really don't. You just got a team with a whole bunch of pieces that don't match. Realistically, statistically, this is one of the worst teams in the league. They couldn't rebound. They couldn't defend. They could barely shoot. They couldn't shoot the three ball. I have never seen Enrique's fall off need to be studied. Because last season when Paige wasn't there, she looked good. She was efficient. She was scoring. She looked comfortable. They draft Paige Beckers, and some way, somehow, she falls off a cliff. She just starts getting worse. I never seen this before. You need help. They went to go get you help. They brought in another elite guard for you to play off of. So you don't have to be the point guard. You don't have to be the primary playmaker. You could just worry about scoring, and you can't even do that, right? You're being inefficient. You're taking bad shots, forced shots, ball chucking. I don't understand how Enrique somehow got worse. He took a step back. Paige was wrong to make your job easier. You're clearly the best player on this team, but you don't know how to adjust playing the off-ball guard. If I'm the Wings, listen, Enrique, I'm trading you. I'm trying to see. I'm getting on the phone, trying to see can I give another lottery pick for you. I'm trying to see what I do. Because this team, the pieces just don't fit. And when you have a player like Paige Beckers, a star who's clearly going to look like a top 5 player, one of the best players, carry your team in all aspects, being the best night in and night out, yeah. You got to do what you got to do. Shout out to 9 people in the live, by the way. Appreciate y'all tapping in with your boy. And I believe, now everybody keeps saying Aziz Fudd, I believe I should say name. I'm sorry I'm butchering her name. Y'all know me and names don't match well together with certain names. I don't want her. I don't think she's a good. When you have an elite guard, let me put it this way. When you have an elite guard, I think you need to put him with elite center. I think you pair a guard with a center. You do a Penny and Shaq pairing, a Kobe and Shaq pairing, elite guard with elite big. The Wings have a lot of deficiencies on that roster, so you have that. On top of that, they're not going to be a playoff team. It's going to take them a while to get to a playoff team the way they're looking. Kurt Miller needs to change some things. But me, if with that number 1 pick, all with fam, that's who I'm drafting at number 1 spot. That girl over there in Spain, she's pro ready to me. She's playing against professionals. She's playing in the Euro League. And when you're playing in the Europa League, you're playing against the best of the best. She's a professional basketball player at the end of the day. She doesn't have that much basketball mileage. She's 19 turning 20 soon. I believe she's like 19 years old. How old is she? Yeah, she's 19. She turns 20 in June. So watching the tape on her, She's an elite post player, something that can help Paige a lot, take the pressure off her. That will help your team a lot. She's a very good defender, very good rebounder. I think she has slow feet at times. Is kind of some of the things you got to worry about. Where she has a high IQ, but she's a raw prospect. She's raw. She's a diamond in the rough, and it's gonna take you a while to get to where you need to go. I think she can be a better version of Aaliyah Boston. If I had to put a comparison there, I think she could be a better version of Aaliyah Boston. She can pass, she can shoot, she can defend, she can do a lot of things. Is there weakness in the game? Yes. No player is 100% perfect. She can even stretch out and shoot three ball from time to time. But when you have Paige Beckers, you go bring along this raw prospect, develop with Paige. I mean, she has a lot of time to develop. Her potential, I think she has the highest potential out of anybody in this draft. I think her potential is a top 5 player in the league and the best big in the league. I think that's her potential easily. But I think she can help out this wings and a lot of deficits that they do have. She can help in the defending, the rebounding. Another scoring option, a low post scoring option. Now, a lot of people want to say Lauren Betts. I think the girl all fam, I think she could be better than her. I think she can be the best player in this draft, is the best player in this draft. I think she has the highest potential, the highest ceiling, and I think she has the highest floor also. And out of all the prospects, she has the least basketball mileage. Out of all of them, she has the least basketball mileage. A lot of people were saying Lauren Betts. The only problem I have with her, injury prone. I don't like players that are injury prone in college. It's giving me Greg Oden vibes all over again, and I don't like them vibes. I think you take the big. I think taking a big fixes most of your problems. I don't believe you should go with another guard. I think you go draft fam. You go draft all fam. Try to trade Enrique. Try to get into the top 10 again. Try to see what you could do. Move some pieces around. See what you could do. And I would try to get another lottery pick. I ain't gonna lie to you. If I'm the Wings, I might call Linux and see, can we strike a deal with them? Take their pick off their hands. I would go see if I could trade them Enrique. They championship caliber team. You get them another shooter, another floor spacer for them. You get them a secondary ball handler and playmaker for them. Now, I'll call the Linux and see. Hey, you want Enrique off your hands? I got us. Make me a trade. And then that's what I would realistically do. Try to trade away a future asset. Maybe a next year draft pick, a 2027 first round draft pick, trade that away. And try to see if you can take their pick. But yeah, I think you should take off on personally. That's who I believe the Wings should take at that number 1 spot. Like I said, JSN single season high receiving yards record is only week 12. He already passed DK Metcalf 1,303 yard mark. Unreal. And this is only week 12, which is crazy. Yeah. But shout out to everybody who showed up to the live stream, showed up to the show. Shout out to the 10 people that's in here right now. You know where to find me at Yellow Vibes. You can find me on YouTube at Chris Shot Universe. Make sure you hit that sub button. Only takes 15 seconds out your day, maybe 20. You can find me on Instagram, Chris Shot underscore Talk Sports. And you can find me on TikTok at Chris Shot Josh. There might be a special live stream on Friday. Yeah. I think Friday I'm gonna do another live stream. We're gonna talk about strictly NBA that live stream. We're gonna talk about everything basketball. because I have some things that need to be said, some hot takes. One hot take I will leave you guys before I sign off. Franz Wagner is the best player on the Magic. It is not Paulo Banchero. Yeah, I've been fooled. But yeah. Yeah, I know if y'all want to come on the show, talk sports with me, debate. If you think one of my opinions is stupid, not wise, or just flat out wrong, y'all know where to find me. Make sure you follow me on TikTok at Crazy Side Josh. Y'all know to find me. I'm active on Twitter. I do follow back. I talk. Yeah, I know I talk everything. WNBA, NBA, NFL. Sometimes I dabble in college football, depending on the day and how I'm feeling. But yeah, happy holidays, everybody. Safe trip. Make sure you subscribe, like, follow me. Y'all know the vibes. I'm out of here. Y'all enjoy. Safe holidays. Be safe out here, man.